Perfectionism often appears as ambition, discipline, or a desire to do things exceptionally well. But beneath the surface, it can be driven by a much deeper fear of inadequacy. The perfectionist does not simply want to succeed. They may feel that mistakes, weaknesses, or imperfect performance will expose something unacceptable about who they are. This can develop through constant criticism, conditional approval, excessive comparison, unrealistic expectations, or environments where achievement becomes closely connected to worth. When a person learns that being successful brings approval while failure brings shame, they may begin treating perfection as psychological protection. Every task becomes an opportunity to prove that they are competent, valuable, responsible, or worthy of respect. The problem is that perfection has no final destination. There is always another standard to reach, another flaw to correct, another achievement to pursue. Even success can create anxiety because the person immediately begins worrying about maintaining it. A perfectionist may receive praise and focus on the one mistake nobody else noticed. They may complete an important accomplishment and immediately think about what could have been better. This prevents satisfaction because the mind is constantly scanning for deficiencies. Perfectionism can also produce procrastination because beginning something creates the possibility of producing something imperfect. Avoidance then becomes a way of protecting the idealized self from evidence of failure. The person may appear highly disciplined from the outside while internally experiencing fear, pressure, self-criticism, and exhaustion. The deeper psychology of perfectionism involves the belief that mistakes have consequences far greater than they actually do. A normal error becomes evidence of a disappointing result becomes evidence of personal failure. Criticism becomes confirmation that the carefully constructed identity is collapsing. This creates a psychological cycle in which high standards produce anxiety. Anxiety produces overcontrol. Overcontrol produces exhaustion. And exhaustion eventually creates the very mistakes the person was trying to prevent. Perfectionism can also damage relationships because the person may apply impossible standards not only to themselves, but to others. They may struggle to delegate, become frustrated by imperfections, or believe that relaxing their standards means becoming careless. Underneath this rigidity is often a fear of losing control. If everything is done perfectly, perhaps rejection, criticism, failure, or uncertainty can be prevented. But life cannot be made completely predictable through flawless performance. Healing begins when excellence is separated from perfection. Excellence allows mistakes as part of learning. Perfectionism treats mistakes as threats to identity. A healthier mind can pursue meaningful goals while accepting that imperfection is inevitable. It can recognize that rest is not laziness, that mistakes are not identity statements, and that being unfinished does not mean being inadequate. The deepest transformation occurs when a person stops asking how flawless they must become to deserve respect and begins understanding that worth does not need to be earned through endless performance. You can improve without hating your current self. You can accept criticism without collapsing into shame. You can produce imperfect work and still consider it valuable. You can fail without becoming a failure. Perfectionism begins to lose its power when the mind realizes that safety does not come from eliminating every possible mistake. It comes from developing enough self-trust to know that even when something goes wrong, you will still be capable of facing it, learning from it, and continuing forward.